What's up, YouTube? Today we're looking at some gloves from Giver. I had a card from them somewhere I was going to show. I don't know where it went. We've had a couple of their items on the show. These are chestnut colored, kind of like pebble textured. I don't know what that would be called. Line gloves. They're not nearly as yellow as the traditional yellow. I have the Four Seasons gloves. I don't know if they've been on the channel yet, to be honest. I thought that they had been. I'll have to look. If they haven't, I guess they'll be on soon. What I am going to do, because I do like the darker color of these, I'm going to take some Obanoff's leather oil, and I'm going to treat these because it'll make them darker, which I want. And I'll let them dry overnight and leave it at that, probably. I know that for some things, there's the whole put the gloves in the oven and this and that. I'm just really not that worried about it. Maybe I'll do it, maybe I won't. I don't think so, though, to be really honest. This is where they dipped the gloves. This is where they held on as they dipped them. So, and you know what makes me especially not trip about that? So here's the deal, guys. I know that for a lot of this stuff I put on the channel, I try to include, like, if you want to follow them here, or you want to do this stuff. For the smaller makers, it's especially important because it's like one of the only ways they can reach you, especially if they're selling any type of weapon. For whatever reason, you can buy a gun out of a vending machine in America, basically, and it is pretty tough to get a hold of decent, I'm gonna say EDC, but like melee weapons, basically. And that's BS. We're Americans. I think we should be able to fight each other, honestly, at this point. I'm kind of joking, but I don't know, man. Like, maybe if people could go out somewhere and LARP that they're knights and smash each other a little bit, little red versus blue for real, maybe that would diffuse some of the very homoerotic machismo that's going on in the country right now. Anyway, so yeah, you want to be following these things. Giver sends out texts to me like on the regular. I got one today, and it was like half off of all the mittens. And I have these now. I have Four Seasons gloves. I have these are a little bit larger. I have a medium pair of light work gloves that are extremely used. And I was wearing them when I had my bike for a minute. My bike was eventually stolen, my motorcycle, which is not that big of a deal. I had it insured fully. But yeah, so these were like $40 shipped, which is a great deal for these. The Four Seasons glove have Gore-Tex lining in them. I got them for like $60. I bought a pair for my dad because he's kind of one of those old farmer types, and I kind of, it's one of those things. Now that honestly, right now I don't have any money, but like, I see something cool for my pops, I can get it for him. Anyway, I'm just saying that this and other things, it's worth your time to type in whatever. I sort of let the companies text me. Who cares? You don't have any. I've looked at Nick Boots a few times, actually. I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna be like one time. I've looked at them a lot because they're awesome, but I mean, I've gotten so many texts and emails from that company, and it's fine, dude. It's fine. I wish I was made of money, dude. I wish they had some buffalo leather boots that look so good. They'll probably do them again. I like the Knicks better than the whites, but it is what it is. I think the whites got bought by Danner, in my opinion, things from there, maybe not the best ever. Hopefully things are going a little better. I realize I'm a weirdo that cares about boots, especially American-made boots. It is what it is. I'm just saying that you, like I've been saying, like with Wish Doctor Zero, if you check his site every couple days or every day, it's, you know what I mean? It's not like it's hard, especially with iPhones. And if you're a GEC person, we don't need to pretend like you're not checking every single GEC distributor like they're Rain Man, right? Like you're Rain Man, I mean, and you're just like hitting F5 on these things. Exactly what you guys are doing sometimes. So let's, I feel like connoisseurs of EDC gear and the preparedness that represents, I think that it's okay that we're a little bit more in tune, because these gloves are not necessarily cheap. I also don't know I don't know what the status of these are now, honestly. I don't know if they're limited or they're not, but legit, I need gloves that look sort of dressy, but aren't dress gloves, because I don't really like dress gloves. But I'm going to darken these up real nice. I like the texture on them a lot. I just think they did a great job on these. So that's the plan for these folks. You know what, guys? Hang on. I'm going to go grab these gloves. It'll be less than 30 seconds. Hang on. Alright, the horrible dead air is over. Everyone can stop gnashing their teeth. Alrighty, so the Chestnuts. I've wore these through thick and thin, and it looks like it, obviously. Yeah, these are great. These don't need oiled though, I know for sure. Believe it or not, I don't just oil things for the sake of itself. These are the Four Season. I don't know if they've been on the channel. They might have been. These are great. They have Gore-Tex lining in them. And they've got like that gauntlet style. It's like power armor for working class people. Here's the thing though. Here's what you got to watch for, was when you get these gloves, you throw them on. First thing you do, don't take any tags off. Throw them on. Is everything good to go? And I also have another pair that doesn't have the lining. I got them as seconds. They're just cheapos. I just leave them in my Jeep in case, say, something gets really hot, or I don't know, there's a fire somewhere. Not necessarily in my Jeep, but like somebody on the side of the road, something's on fire. I got to go grab my fire extinguisher and be a hero. Maybe get on the local news and then milk it for the rest of my life. Every single time I'm at a bar talking to a pretty girl, I'll bring it up on my phone and be like, look at the time that I saved those people. So what do you, I mean, and you won't have that stuff. Hopefully you do. Hopefully everybody that actually watches this channel has taken the time to buy a fire extinguisher. They're not expensive, and just put one in your vehicle. Get a nice one. You can get two for like $100. They're not that expensive. These are great. Do you need, there's a lot of negative reviews about them, and then you can also see the difference in this yellow is darker because I treated it. It was, I would say, I wouldn't say significantly more yellow, but more of a traditional yellow. I haven't used those yet. That's why I don't look like, the other ones look like I drug them behind my vehicle. But I just think these are great products. This is an American company. The leather comes from India. They are sourcing it from over there. Seems to be working out pretty well for them. I've been happy with all of their work. Their stuff have noticed if you buy an expensive pair versus a second, you're going to be able to tell. That's not a bad thing necessarily, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just not sure what other, is there another company that does this better? I just don't know. These are fulfilling my purposes, and I see no issue with them. If you are looking for a nice dress pair, maybe they still have these up. I don't know. I'll probably look as I'm setting this up to go live. I'll probably show these in the future after I've treated them. It's dried and stuff. I am not so hot on the put them in the oven thing. I think it works well, it works. Listen, it does work, obviously it works. I just don't know, for me, unless they're gloves like the ones that I had that were so dirty I just had on the channel, like, seconds ago, that I am splitting wood with, or, I have an axe. I'm not using the gloves to split the wood. Or I'm doing some kind of dirty work. Yeah, I just don't know if I'm going to be putting things in the oven anymore. I just don't think it takes that long to break them in. But, especially with the Four Seasons gloves that we're just on, you want to get, when you get them, throw them on and make sure that the, Gore-Tex liner inside of the thing, everything lines up, your fingers are good. When you take them off, you're going to want to be careful. These are tools, so you're not necessarily going to want to treat them terribly. But in any event, that's about all I'll shoot up for this one. Thanks for sticking with me to the end of it. And folks, have a good rest of your day. Bye now.